Scorpio, it's a big month in 2023. We have planetary ingresses that are monumental and are going to impact your life in very different ways than you felt in many years. Pluto moving into the sign at last of Aquarius and Saturn moving into Pisces are just but two. In fact, 5 planets are changing signs. And this is going to help you, and it's going to shift your focus in very significant ways during this particular month ahead. And I'm really going to say a lot of this is going to feel a bit like a relief because you've been through a couple of years that have felt, for some Scorpios, slightly hellish. So this is going to give you some goodness, especially when Lord Saturn trines you in a water flow starting this March 7th and then lasting for 3 years. So this is really a good transit for you. Let's move into what this is about. But before I get going in all of the gritty nitty details, let me say a little bit about me. I am Lori Lothian. I am a Hellenistic astrologer using whole sign houses. I'm also using Western tropical zodiac. I am not a sidereal or Indian astrologer. People ask me that constantly. If you want to know more about what I do, like teaching my class, Be Your Own Astrologer, Time Your Best Life, that's 8 weeks long. It's coming up. It's called Sky Reader. It's coming up in March, and you got to get on that wait list, description box below, to get the early bird discounts and even to get in that class. And also, if you're at all curious or interested in things like being a part of my Patreon community, where you get every bit of my YouTube content, more than 30 videos a month, ad-free, early access before the general public, or you get to meet me a couple times a month on Zoom calls for as low as $5 a month. This is private, intimate community. Then jump aboard my Patreon down below, description box under the title of the video. And finally, I have a newsletter that goes out each week. I just reached 2,000 subscribers. It's a lovely place to meet me on a more private, intimate way outside of YouTube, especially because I give you content on that newsletter that I don't provide here. It's all written. So a little sip of my no stress, low stress tea. Okay, let's get going. First of all, let's start with the big stories and micro niche down. I want to start with Saturn. Saturn is moving on March the 7th and will leave on February of 2026 for the world into the sign of Pisces. In everybody's natal sky, Pisces is representational of one of 12 houses. In the whole sign house system, each sign is a whole house, okay? Don't use Placidus. We're not talking intercepted houses. And basically your whole sign house is what I'm reading for. If you are a Scorpio rising, especially, that's more accurate. You can listen to Sun and Moon secondarily. When you listen to your Scorpio Sun, we're pretending your Sun is your rising position, just FYI. We're placing it in the first position. But anyway, your Scorpio rising people, okay, this is going to mean the end of Saturn in your 4th house. This is one of the reasons things feel better. Second is the eclipses are finally winding down in the house of you. Having the Lord of constriction, restriction, seriousness, anxiety, sometimes depression, containment, slowness, hard work in your 4th house can have meant that since basically the pandemic, March of 2020 through to this March, well, he's been going through here, your home life has felt hard. Now, you may have felt isolated at home alone-ish, or you might have had an elder living with you. These are all possible, but it would have been like a sort of a pall on the time you spent at home. You may not have enjoyed your private home life, even with others in the home. And also, if you wanted to buy or sell real estate or things to do with your property that you live in, also may have encountered challenges, difficulties, and hardships. That is coming to an end, and that's one of the reasons this is so good for you. The second reason March 7th onward is so good for you is that Saturn is moving into your 5th house. Now, you might go, oh no, all that difficulty to my 5th house of children, romance, love, sexuality, pleasure, play, and independent enterprise, business enterprise, and fertility. Won't that be bad? Not necessarily. Because you're a water sign. You're Scorpio, you're made of water, and Pisces is water. And so now we have a water placement for Saturn flowing in a trine from one water house to the other back towards you. And so then in some ways it can be harder, but some ways it can be very powerful because there's a kind of a triangle between houses 1, 5, and 9 that's all lit up. And this has to do with your gifts and your purpose in life. And so there's a quality of opening up Saturn's supervision to get you on track and in focus with your purpose. Now, I'm not going to pretend that Saturn moving through the fifth house is a ball of fun and pleasure. It sure isn't. But you'll work hard in order to have fun, or you'll be more moderate in your pleasure-seeking behaviors and activities, including things that are a waste of your time. And you might also find that you're more serious about love, or that you attract a new love with somebody older, or that the love that you attract is somehow very stable and already in a kind of trustworthy, reliable commitment format right off the bat. You've had Neptune moving through your romance and children house for a while, and now Saturn joins them. Like, Neptune got into this part of your sky, guys, a long time ago, like way back in 2011. And this could have made you very confused around romance. You might have picked the wrong partners. You had big dreamy visions of who they really were, but they weren't that person. I know a Scorpio rising who got involved with somebody who continually tried to kill herself, but just because she was, attention-seeking behavior, basically, because she probably had borderline personality disorder. And so there's these kinds of things can happen when Neptune, the god of mental illness and addiction, but also confusion, delusion, and illusion, moves through the romance house. On the other hand, you're looking for a soulmate, and that can potentially mean you'll find one, because now that Saturn, if you're single, now that Saturn's entering your house of romance, he's giving you a sober-minded, realistic view of all potential partners, and yet that Neptune is still there going, I'll give you a soulmate, I'll give you a twin flame. And Saturn's going, yes, but I'm going to inspect the paperwork. I'm going to ask for the mental health, records of my partner, or addiction records of my partner before I jump right in. When it comes to being your own business person, this is really good. I mean, Saturn here gives you exactly what you need to kill it in a business setting, or to be your own business person, or to be capable of working really hard over the next 3 years to create some kind of lasting value, super legacy work of art, filmmaking, acting, writing, painting. Any kind of the arts can belong to the fifth house. Having children with Saturn here, it doesn't mean you won't have children. It could mean that having children becomes harder than usual, and you might have to resort to some fertility treatments or something with a Saturn transit through the fifth. Or Saturn can mean slow down and bring delay, and maybe a plan to have a child, for instance, could be waylaid around fertility with you and someone else as you guys make decisions to wait. Saturn's good at waiting for a better time. In this case, he's there for 3 years until 2026. With Saturn here, you may find that getting in touch with joy and the spark of life requires a little bit more effort, but you're not looking for that kind of spark and joy that is so fleeting that you get, it in one good snort of cocaine or something. You're looking, like Neptune would have said that for a while. Let's get high on cocaine. Let's try something and we get a flash of joy, a flash of pleasure. No, this will be much different. This will be like Saturn, like a sage, like wise man, like a cave-dwelling sadhu monk or something, coming and going, like in a Yoda accent, that the force is with you and joy comes from being one with the universe. Because Neptune wants you to get enlightened for your joy, and Saturn is very circumspect, like the Zen master. Some of you may find that to be true. And Saturn will help you kick any addictions that are self-undoing pleasures in your life, because those pleasures do come out of the fifth house. And when it's Neptune there, some of you may have given in to slightly like addictive behaviors around pleasure seeking. Not all of you will have, just some of you. Alrighty, then next is that exciting times, right? Pluto, the god of transformation and death and rebirth, has been moving through one sign, that was Capricorn, since 2008, leaving this year, in fact, in March the 24th. He will be only in the sign next to Capricorn, which is Aquarius, March the 24th to June 11th, but then he'll be back in 2024 and stick around for 20 more years. So what do you need to know about that? Why is it important? Well, for one, it's in that real estate house that you had all that trouble with Saturn. So Pluto is wealth. Pluto is power. Something goes well here. This could also allow you to work in investment structures that have to do with under the ground, gold, silver, precious metals, oil. I think oil belongs to Pluto. Some people say it's Neptune, but you know what I mean. You may also get money through inheritances during this transit. This transit's going on for 20 years, remember. So Don't just think it's about this month of March. Pluto going into this part of your chart, unearths secrets. Pluto is the underworld god, and he's also the god of things that are hidden in another realm, another dimension, basically. But secrets. And so secrets can be stirred up as Pluto moves his ass through your fourth house. So look for maybe some family stories coming out of the mists of time, some revelations from mom or mom's family or your mom and dad's family origin, ancestral line stories coming to light that, may be surprising to most of you. So this is a story that's coming into your chart. You want to know how it went for another sign? Go talk to Leo. Who am I talking to? My brain. Oh, I can't think. Never mind. Anyway, my brain is so offline. Yeah. Go talk to the Libras. They already went through this. Is that right? Of course. They went through this already since 2008. So you might get some advice from them about how that went for them, Libra risings. Pluto down here is going to ask you to go really deep. I mean, this could be like a spiritual liberation energy in a way, because the fourth house is one of three like moksha houses, which has to do with enlightenment, basically. But we enlighten ourselves in the fourth house from our family of origin, our family rules, our ancestral stories, the way we were raised, the things we learned as children. And Pluto is like, let's kill it all off. Let's do a little death and rebirth here. Pluto can blow up small things and make them extra large, and take them big things and make them small. If this is about property, land, and real estate, things like you bought a small plot of land, on a really good cheap price that didn't look like anything, and there was a geyser or there was gold veins in them hills, So things like being prosperous from real estate and land, or small investments turning out to be huge, either in land or even in the stock market, can happen because of Pluto moving through your fourth house. And stock market, because he's in a trine to your eighth house of chunky money, including stock market investment. But there's also that enlightenment piece where you can really kind of die and be born again as you dissociate and individuate and move away from ancestral line, family of origin, and childhood stories, especially childhood wounds already. As we move into the next story, we're going to talk about the Mars. And, I have a playlist for big transits of 23. And go look at it, because I go into super deep dives on Saturn and Pluto stories. In fact, there's a lot of content there that'll take a lot more time for you than I can do here. Mars is leaving at last your eighth house. Now, Mars has been in your eighth house for a long time, since August of last year. This is an extraordinary and rare transit because of the duration. And he leaves this month in March the 26th. And is that correct? I always keep my dates are all a blur. Yeah, March the 26th. And so have you had conflicts with your partner about money, basically? Have you had fights with your spouse or business partner about money? If you haven't, I would be surprised. Or have you had to pare down, eliminate, and peel away all kinds of things to dig or figure out what's going on with your bank account, your investments, your insurance company, your 401k? Have you had some need to really dive in, focus, or go to battle for things to do with that? Have you gone to battle with a tax man, because Mars likes to fight and win, and this is a house of taxes? So things like that have been going on since last August, right? And now they're about to end. With Mars getting out of there, it's the beginning of a 6-week transit starting in March 26th of Mars moving through Cancer in your ninth house. Now, that he's not in dignity here, but I'll tell you what he would do. He would go on a very pleasing, emotionally satisfying adventure to another country. So some of you, not obviously March 26th to the end of the month, but some of you may begin, as this shift happens, to consider that. Or you may apply to universities or colleges, or you may have some exciting new action plan and development around academic stuff. Or you may take a lot of energy around getting a book published, or searching for the perfect place to put the book, which agent or publisher should take it. Or there may be a competition for your book. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Mars in the house of book publishing, and there's a bidding war among publishers for your property. So these are all exciting possibilities. Mars could bring conflict with a man or a patriarchal figure in your life. This is the house of the father. Mars may help you go to war for what you believe in, or to get rid of what you don't believe in anymore. Mars moving through this part of your sky is in a trine to you, so it's positive that way. Mars can give you more energy during this transit and more ambition to get things done in a way that pleases you, and also to win in court battles. Now, he's at a dignity here. He's fallen, so that's with a caveat. He's going to go to bat for you, but he's in a fallen condition, so I'd be really careful at the quality of the lawyer or the legal briefs or the documents being submitted to any court, because Mars in a fallen state might be ambitiously overconfident, and you may actually want to double check the claims of any legal, legal counsel you're getting about your chances of winning with a fallen Mars in the house of judges and courts. That will be 6 weeks, right? That is the 26th of March, add 6 weeks. Then, I think I need a vacay, guys. I think I need a vacay. I'm blocked off all of June and July without any clients, but I think I might need to even go to Mexico and work from there. I just need to find a way to get some sun or something. And I'm in Vancouver, Canada. It just rains all the time. And I've been working hard. Moving into the next story, the 10th house, not the 10th house, the Venus and Mercury narrative. Mercury is a guy who changes signs twice in the month of March. That's not always the case. He can be in one sign for 2 months. And so on March the 3rd to the 18th, he moves into Pisces, and that's not his healthy place to be. He's confused. You may have like a false pregnancy test. You might have some news or information from a lover, but I wouldn't trust them yet. I wouldn't believe what they say. I would give it some time. You may have Mercury moving through the house of children, and you won't believe, your children will tell you really great stories, but they're not going to be true. Don't count on it anyway. Mercury is not in good stead for telling the truth and being detail oriented. While he's in Pisces, sometimes it looks like confabulation, exaggeration, okay, misinformation. Mercury moving through Pisces in your 5th house of independent business enterprise could give you new ideas for your business. And you may want to work on projects that require writing, for example, in regards to independent business enterprise, or things to do with YouTube and stuff, because Neptune is here. YouTube and Instagram Reels and all that. Mercury, you might be scripting new stories or messages for your audience. And Mercury likes to socialize, and this is a pleasure house. So you could probably have more fun socializing between March the 3rd and the 18th, especially with people that you enjoy, like, and especially your romantic partner as well. March the 19th to April the 4th, Mercury is moving again. The guy's on the move, and he'll be in the sign next to Pisces, which is Aries, one sign over. That's good for leases. That's your Aries 6th house zone. Leases, contracts for buying a pet, selling a pet, negotiating leases to buy or sell, or to rent a place, or to rent out a place, to be a landlord or a leasee, or whichever way. It's really good for negotiating debt reduction. It's really good for asking someone for the money they owe you back at last. It's really good for getting a lot of work done that requires a lot of attention to detail, but also a lot of marketing or messaging involved in the work itself. And Mercury in your 6th house could be something to do with dating. And with Mercury, it could be like through an app or through something. It's a remote communication. Venus, the goddess of beauty and love and art and kindness and prosperity, sometimes is on March 16th, 17th. It depends on where you live in the world, shifting out of the sign of Aries and into the sign of Taurus. Now, Aries is where she'll be until March 17th. This is where she's in that tenancy, real estate, land, property, leases, pets, debt reduction, hard work, etc. So she's going to be in that part of your sky until March 17th, trying her best to do good things for you in an ambitious and very kind of Xena warrior princess, Lara Croft Tomb Raider way. Very masculine, feminine energy she'll carry. It could be till March 16th, 17th. Also things to do with a significant female in the workplace, having some sort of beneficial support for you and your career purpose and path. Because she's not in good shape, though, be careful that you don't lose all pleasure, Venus, while you work too hard when she's here, because you could get out of balance and you could just overdo it like I've been doing, I think, lately. One of my subscribers said I actually thought I was depleted. I don't actually think I looked depleted or just felt I was depleted. Yeah, I'm not really like, I have my morning smoothies, my arugula, and I exercise every day. Go walking. But yeah, I feel today like I need to go back to bed. So excuse me as I record this. Oh, who are you? Oh my gosh. See what I mean? Oh, nervous system. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right. When she goes into Taurus, she's in her kingdom. She's in the kingdom of her own domain. She belongs to Taurus. Taurus belongs to her. It's her castle, her kingdom. And that's your seventh house. For a Scorpio rising, this is a time in which good things are happening for your partner in love or business. This could be they're getting joyful, beautiful, happy, pleasurable things happen. They're getting positive, lucky breaks. They may be more kindly towards you. There may be a de-escalation of tensions and an upswing of, feeling the love in your primary love relationship. You can also be very persuasive and seductive if you're putting things into the marketplace, and you may be very captivating, kind of in like a Venusian way with things that you want to sell, market, or share with the world. With Venus here, it's a good idea to look at the women you're attracting over the course of, March the 17th to April 11th, because they're going to be good for you. I don't just mean relationships, that too. If you're a single Scorpio, it could be a beautiful love stories coming in, whether it's a woman or not. But Venus can represent females, the people with uteruses. And so basically those kinds of females, I think anyway, she could mean that women that you attract are going to be very beneficial to you, whether it's in business partnerships, or love and love relationships, from the 16th, 17th of March to April the 10th. Now let's go ahead and break down the month into the minutia on my board here. This is chronology. We're doing the chronology next, okay? Now, let me make sure the board's not in the frame of the camera, which would probably annoy you. All right, it annoy me. Scorpios. All right, there's the board. Do you see the board? All right. By far, one of the most luscious times of the month is the first couple of days of March, because that is going to be when Venus is going to join with Jupiter. Now, on the February 27th, you start to feel it kind of peaking out on the 1st of March. You're going to feel it maybe to the 3rd of March. And they're going to meet together at around 12 degrees of Aries. And then they're also very close the day after to Chiron. There's a healing vibe, a very big healing energy in the sky as well. I have a whole video on that coming out the day after you get these released. So, go check that out. The Venus transit through Aries is going to be a very luscious video because of some lucky things and powerful things she's doing, even in detriment. But in the meantime, look to the beginning of March for a lucky break. Where is this lucky break happening, you may ask? It's happening in your work, career, work focus, health focus, pets, debt relief, the office, colleagues, coworker space. Alrighty, could be a promotion. It could be a raise. It could be an opportunity to eliminate debt. It could be a brand new pet coming home with you and you're so overjoyed. It could have something to do with good news around dating. It could be an ideal time to go on a first date with someone. Venus conjunct Jupiter in your 6th house of dating. Then later on March 6th, 7th, and followed up by, again, a bookend, March 10th and 11th, right? The bookending energies with each other. There's going to be a sun in Pisces, sextiling Uranus, and then later Mercury in Pisces, sextiling Uranus. Well, to make it simple for you, romantic stories connected to significant partners are having some sudden surprises, or money stories connected to money luck are jolting through your sky. Can maybe connected to things that have been going on with your love or business partner. It can be definitely a big bonus point if you want to get pregnant. This can look like, oh my God, honey, shock and awe, we're pregnant. Or it can look like, oh my God, I played the lottery and we won. Or, oh my God, you got a promotion and raise to your partner and it's going to benefit our finances. Oh my God, that best-selling that product I created for my audience or marketplace is a bestseller. Yay! And I'm surprised and it's exciting. Some ideas there, all right? Then, keeping on with the narrative of this month, the cosmic lovers, Venus and Aries at the time, and Mars in your finishing up his ride through your 8th house, will sextile each other. To me, this feels a lot like a money relief story, basically. A chance to relieve debt, a chance to rent and lease a place, a chance to get a debt repaid that was owed you. It's a positive for your money. It also could open up a secret lover relationship through the dating story, but you're keeping it low key and under wraps. That's around March 10th to 12th. Then Mars, the god of cutting through obfuscation and confusion, squares Neptune, the god of confusion. This is Mars, yes, in your 8th house, cutting away all that confusion in your romance, sexuality, independent business enterprise, children, and lovers house, well, and creativity. So Mars will help you clear out any confusion that may involve money or secrets with children or with lovers or beloveds or loved ones in your life. That is happening in a flowing and positive way on the transit itself, which is around the 10th to the 12th of the month of March. As we move into the month, Saturn will sextile Juno, and that is going to happen around the same time, the 10th to the 11th of the month. Now, Juno is the goddess of commitment, and she's in your house of marriage. And Saturn is the god of lasting things in the house of romance. It looks like some of you are going to tie the knot, seal the deal, make the relationship more serious, up-level the levels of commitment. If it's about your business enterprise, the same is true. You may commit to a new business partnership that seals a longer arc of success in some independent business journey. Then there is a bit of a bundle of energy, of intensity in the middle of the month. Now, this is going to be around the 15th, 16th, 17th that you're going to have the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune co-join, particularly on the 16th, and that's called a cazimi. Now, it's just a cazimi with Mercury and the Sun together, add Neptune, and it's really a rare triple conjunction happening at 25 degrees of the sign of Pisces. You know, if you have any planets at 25 Pisces, it's a big deal. Follow me, because I'm going to be advertising my webinar, and it's going to be a really good time to get together and see how this works in your sign, and to talk about doing a guided meditation, because Neptune, Mercury, and Sun together can be like divine downloads. I mean, incredible power to access another portal of awareness. A non-ordinary perceptual ability can open up here around this time of the 16th of the month of March. You can even create an enlightenment breakthrough. And because Pisces is a joy house, a house of soul and vitality and pleasure and play, it's a massively positive house. It's really the house of good fortune. And this cazimi is so powerful. And, you know, Mars is squaring any illusion. So if you're downloading something, it's going to work. And, you know, even the goddess of wisdom and knowledge is hanging out nearby. You could download the next, you know, I don't know, creative project that's going to shake the world, the next Harry Potter series or something. So if you're at all interested in that, stay tuned with me and check it out what I'm up to by subscribing and liking and following me, because you probably want to try that live webinar out. Just after that combination of planets collides, then as Mercury and Sun begin to move forward, they form a sextile to Pluto around the 19th to the 21st. Now, Pluto is power. Pluto's at the last degree at this point, 29, intense, anoretic, powerful, turbulent, potent, climactic degree of Capricorn, which is your 3rd house. This can make you extremely, this is intense, but positive, extremely capable of generating some significant prosperity through your creativity in that 5th house, through some money luck. Yeah, sure, the lottery ticket. Why not? That you bought in your 3rd house local environment, at the local tienda down the street, at the local shop. So there's some kind of bolt of intensity, but also power and wealth is possible in this kind of condition as well. Or a sibling can benefit you in a very powerful way here, for sure, because siblings belong to the 3rd house, particularly younger siblings, but all siblings in general. And you also could conspire to take a powerful, life-transforming trip with a romantic partner as a result of that between the 19th to the 21st of the month. So this is exciting. Venus sextiles Saturn for lasting love and enduring love on the 18th of the month, right? We're all in this mashup of time when things are happening. Venus is like down for love with Saturn that goes the distance. She says, can we do a marathon? Can we make this last? Can we also be friends? Can we also be realistic? Can we have a endurance on love? Really, that's what she says. Or money. Saturn, of course, is moving through your money luck house and your romance house. And Venus is asking that question from your commitment house. Again, another sign that some Scorpios are moving into deeper levels of commitment in existing relationships, or new relationships that start under this energy, like on March 18th or so, can bring in really quick levels and fast levels of commitment from a place of ease, okay? A place of sense of connection and obviousness, but also realism. And finally, I mean, Venus Saturn is about enduring beauty or something that's a legacy of some sort. So you may create a product and sell it to someone or market it or get an agent, Venus in the seventh, for something you've created that you consider like the beginning of a body of work, a trilogy, or beginning of a serialized body of work, or something you consider like a legacy piece that you can't believe you did this. It's like your masterpiece, and it's going to, long when you're gone, people are going to enjoy your art, your film, your acting, or whatever it is you're up to. Already? Sorry, guys. I think I cranked the heat up too high. Now I can't deal. Should I get up and turn the heat down? I think I better. I'm back. Oh, yeah, I just turned the heat down. Okay. Whew. So let's finish up. We got 4 more things to talk about, and I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to go get some groceries and make a pasta dish of some sort. Comfort food. First of all, March 28th is nice. It's really, really nice because Jupiter and Mercury come together in the sky and they join forces. And that's important because those 2 planets can bring good news or good money news even, or good prosperity news. And when they come together on March the 28th, it's in your Aries house of debt relief and work. And it can look like a bonus, a raise, a promotion, negotiating a new contract, a new job opportunity. It can look like an opportunity to eliminate debt. It can look like an investment opportunity. It can look like a real estate opportunity. I don't know, but it's really good. It's March the 28th. Get ready for it. Give or take a couple of days. On either side, always look at astrology as, don't just pin the tail on the one date we give you. Venus is unexpected money, luck, and surprises, as well as love surprises around the 16th of 30 to 31st of March. And that's because she's combining with Uranus. Now, I talked about this earlier. Venus is moving through Taurus, which she can only do it does it once every year, but Uranus is only there once every 184 years. So this is just like I said earlier, there's some exquisite rarity going on here. Now, Venus also connected with the North Node this month earlier. I didn't cover that separately. So there's a lot of Venus on special steroids here. And March the 30th to the 31st, around that time, okay, she will team up with that Uranus. So there's a sudden jolt of surprise around stories to do with love or money, or in your case, because your client's audience, marketplace, business partners, and marriage partners are the 7th house, maybe they're having an unexpected and exciting development and they're telling you about it, but it's impacting you positively because Venus is looking at you across the way from your 7th house of others. So this is exciting. This is like maybe your partner comes home and goes, oh my God, I can't believe it. Or your business partner or client tells you something or benefits you in an unexpected, surprising, yet positive manner. Legal contracts can come out of the blue here, sign on the dotted line because it looks good. Venus is protecting you. She's in dignity. And as she goes into this conjunction with Uranus, she also is being supported here in some fundamental way that's very helpful by Juno, the goddess of commitment and contracts and vows as well. So the energy coming together is positive. Let's put it that way. It's highly, highly, highly useful energy. Getting a contract that really works for you, whether it's in love or business, is what I'm trying to say, around March 30th and 31st. March 31st, Mars is making his entrance already. He's gone into, on the 26th, Cancer. And by the 31st, he begins to form that perfect trine with Saturn. So basically, you could really just say like the 26th of March through to the end of the month. There's a huge amount of flow between Mars and Saturn, which gives you determination, drive, hard work, willpower to succeed, to get lasting results. But those energies of lasting results and determination are connected to the Cancer and Pisces parts of your narrative. So Cancer part is your 9th house, your house of courts, legal matters, God, academics and religion. What did I forget? Meaning of your life. And Mars is working it up there, foreign travel, foreign lands. And Mars likes to travel, so he'll be up there for 6 weeks, right? So March 26th, add 6 weeks, you might be traveling. I mentioned this earlier, I think. But trining Saturn in the last part of the week of the month is really good for getting a lot of hard work under your belt around creative projects, book publishing, romantic getaways, planning or taking that trip, things to do, especially to do with foreign lands, things to do with getting things going in your business and up and running if they involve teaching or educating others as well. And maybe reaching an international audience on something that you're creating as an artist or creative. And Mars is giving you the drive and ambition to get that international reach. And, with Juno and Saturn in a long-term energy of positivity, for a while here, it's important to know that the idea of lasting contracts and agreements is a theme that runs a while for you. In fact, Juno will be in Taurus until May 2nd. And Saturn will continually be in a whole sign sextile to her. So lasting love contracts, lasting business contracts is a very powerful force of energy moving through your sky during that window of time. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for listening and being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, give me a try and hit that notifications bell, because then you'll know when I post videos. When I post about 30 videos a month, a lot of them become free contests because I do live premieres. And for those videos, you'll want to be on the notification bell so that you can jump in, say hi in the chat, and win something from me, because I just put everyone's name in a hat. I actually have a hat. I do it manually. I'm very low tech. All right. Thanks, guys. Ciao, ciao. Have a wonderful 2023 month of March.